What is going on, everybody? You read the title of this video. The movie is long out by the time we are doing this video, so again, if you haven't seen it yet, this video does contain spoilers for the movie. So if you haven't seen it and you are severely affected by spoilers, I suggest you click away right now. After seeing the toy leaks all the way back in March, now we actually get to see the physical toy in this parcel that, of course, Legendary has sent me to do these figures for free. So thank you again for the sponsoring of this video. So without further ado, let's crack open this parcel and see what we got inside. And I just realized this won't cut, so I'm gonna have to just use this. Inside this paper wrap, I guess, for the protection of this product. Good for you, Legendary. Here he is. Oh my god. Finally. Mechagodzilla, everybody. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Playmates Monsterverse Mechagodzilla with Heav, or Hev, depending on how you pronounce it. So, this is the 6-inch figure. This is gonna retail for about $12 to $13 in Canadian and $10 in the US. So there you go. So the package hasn't changed much. The only thing really different is this thing at the bottom, the blockbuster movie Godzilla vs. Kong, which I presume it will be a pretty good blockbuster. So I like their confidence, and I do believe it will do pretty well. The battle damage reviews over here. Monsterverse, Mechagodzilla with Heav, the Toho and Legendary companies logos, and then the Playmates logo right there. Of course, the top doesn't change a single bit. You get Godzilla and Kong punching each other. And then here is the back. The top is pretty much the same. The legends collide, blah blah blah, that thing's still the same. Mechagodzilla. A robotic apex predator with unstoppable powers of laser destruction, Mechagodzilla was created in secret to destroy Godzilla and end the reign of monsters. Yeah. And the Hev, stands for the Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicle, which of course we're going to see way more for the first time in the movie. So can't wait for that. And then finally, bottom, they've got a lineup of all of the other figures included. And as of now, the only one I don't have that I see here is the Warbat with Osprey. That thing will show up pretty soon, and that should complete my 6-inch figures. I mean, there's also the Hong Kong Battle figures, but regardless, let's take this Metal Apex Titan out of his prison here and unleash him onto the studio. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I was just about to finish assembling this entire figure together, but before I do that, I might as well quickly show you the battle damage reveal here. Notice they've got some really nice patterns here. Almost feels like these would be like missile launchers or something. Maybe that's what we'll see in the movie. Maybe Mechagodzilla's gonna bust out some missiles out of his chest or something. Maybe that's pretty nice, but that's a different color. As you can see, it is dark gray to the outer light gray color of the figures. So there you go, that's the battle damage reveal. Here's the battle damage piece. I am now going to put this on and will never ever take it off again. So there's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. One of the more highly anticipated monster villains of all time. Definitely one of Godzilla's most powerful rivals yet, Mechagodzilla. Now, of course, this is the 6-inch figure. There's also 11-inch. So, is there a difference, you may ask, apart from the size and the price? Yes, there's actually quite the difference. Just from looking at this, I can already tell the 11-inch Godzilla is going to have a lot of different things. So, first and foremost, so before we look at the Mechagodzilla figure himself, here is the Heav or Hev that comes in this set as well. The Heav, also known as the Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicle. This one is like a military green. So the other figure that had a Heav was the Skullcrawler. So here it is, just to compare it. It's pretty much the same mold, except the colors are different and the prints are different. To be quite honest, these are things that will just sit in your cupboard or in the toy drawer and be gone forever. Because let's be quite honest, we don't really care much about these things. So there's that. The other thing I want to show you first before we go on is you can actually attach, if you have the heat ray Godzilla, you can take the heat ray or the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla. You can take the heat ray and you can actually apply it to Mechagodzilla's mouth here. I believe based on the other video, see, yeah, there's a hole in his head and it's designed for you to be able to utilize the heat ray. Boom, there you go. Because I'm pretty sure, despite not having seen the movie yet at the time of the filming of this video, I'm quite sure Mecha G here will have the powers to shoot his own atomic breath or a laser or something, you know. So, and surprisingly, it's way more sturdy in Mecha G here than actual Godzilla, which is a little bit unfortunate. Obviously it won't be in this color, but yeah, it is possible to utilize the atomic breath if you want. So, there's that. Thought that would be something to be pretty cool to share. So, with that being said, let us look at Mecha G himself. So, first thing I've noticed, this is just a personal problem. I think this is just something with this figure in particular. This came off. This is loose. It was like that when I took it out of the package. It was already loose like that. Maybe something went wrong in production. I don't blame. It's not something continuous. It's just, I think it's just my figure. So, oh well. Unfortunately, I seem to be unlucky and got that. But it's not too big. Not too bad. I'm pretty sure with some hot glue or something, I think I can fix this pretty easily. It's not that bad. But, I'm not affected by it. It will not decrease my review, like my view on this figure. Overall, though, I can see the cheapness in this figure. Obviously, it's $12, it's $10 in US. So, yeah, obviously the quality, the detailing and stuff won't come too much, but definitely quality doesn't back down. The tail, like I've said here, the whole thing here is flexible and moves in a ball joint. Unfortunately, because probably of the pressure of the package or something, the tail is stuck like this. I don't want to really force it too much. I don't want to risk snapping it, but overall, I want to say though, the continuity of the dorsal fins from all the way to the top to the bottom here, all the way to the end of the tail, is really, really nice. He looks like he's a crocodile, if you will. I genuinely like this design for Mecha G compared to what we've had before for Mecha G in the old classic films. You know what really this figure really reminds me of? This version of Mecha G here really gives me Transformer vibes. Does this guy not look like a Decepticon to you? If you're a Transformers fan, like, yeah, you can kind of see a reassemblance here, right? This kind of looks like a Decepticon, and yeah, I can feel and if you look at the rest of the structure, especially the face, it kind of has a little bit of influence from Terminator. I guess the designers at Legendary, when they were designing Mecha G here, they had some of that influence, so that's probably why. So overall appearance, yeah, gives me lots of Transformers vibes, and honestly, this is hands down my favorite design of Mecha G ever. Not just because it's modern, it's just, that's proper, he actually looks terrifying. He doesn't look like just some guy wearing a metallic costume. Like, this actually looks like a really dangerous threat to the monsters, so that's really, really nice. What I was gonna say, well, obviously the plastic here is a lot softer and cheaper since this is a much cheaper figure, so you can't expect much, honestly. But overall, it's not bad. So in terms of well, I showed you the battle damage already, so here's the chest area. Here's what it looks like. Nothing too much going on over there. Also, I do want to say the tail. That's a very interesting looking tail. I really like how they have this pointy, sharp end at the end. Maybe the Mecha G here will be utilizing his tail a lot in the film. I think that might be his primary weapon or something. He gets like, get over here, and then like hooks him over or something like that. That would be a cool move to see, that's for sure. And then the head, as I've said, has a little bit of a Terminator influence. It's kind of toyish-y, if you look at it. Like, looking at the 11-inch Mechagodzilla and looking at this, you can kind of see this is kind of childish and not really like mean and really terrifying robotic titans. So obviously it's a 6-inch toy, so that's what you should expect out of it. But I'm just saying, could have just done a little more on the head, you know. And the jaw has some articulation. Can be closed like this, can open like this. Yeah, to let out that roar, if you will. So that's pretty nice. And in terms of other articulation, the arms here, yeah, you can't move the elbows. Don't force it, you'll break it. The same thing goes with the hands. One of the hands is actually purposely open, and the other one's more slightly closed, just to give a little bit of diversity for the figure. You cannot move them. For the 11-inch, I'm pretty sure you can, but not for this one. So just purposely designed like that, just to have some different posture. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, the arms up here are articulable, but of course they've had these shoulder pads here to stop it. So do be careful of that. Also up here they've got some, I believe these are missile launchers. Yeah, it makes sense. He's a mechanic. He's a robot, so you should have some missile launchers here, some shoulder pads here, and then finally the legs cannot be moved out, but they certainly can be moved. Yeah, they can certainly be moved back and forth like this. Yeah, just like that. The swivel, if you will. I don't really like using that word, but yeah, the swivel, if you will. Like that, so you can bend all the way down. And the knees, of course, can be moved just a bit, not too much. This is how you straighten it out, and how you bend it here just to get the articulation. And then the feet. The feet. You can move the ankles. That's really nice. Ankles can move 360, so that is done really, really well. Now, you may notice, yeah, these are some long toes. Yeah, these are really long toes. And if we were thinking of facts, a animal or creature that has this much of a, like, the length of their toes are this big, it would snap in a heartbeat, because it's a heavy. The overall weight of this creature is heavy. Luckily, this is a robot, so they're able to get away with this. So it makes sense for the long toes here on the feet. So that's really nice. So that's pretty much it for articulation. And honestly, I can see a kid having some good fun with this for sure, playing with this and recreating the scenes from the movies. I can see that happening. Honestly, this is the one I will say give to the kid. If you're really a true collector, get the 11-inch, which I am getting, but I have yet to receive it. So anyways, but yeah, so this will be definitely a fun kid's toy. And overall, the design of Mechagodzilla, really, really nice. Like I said, my favorite version of Mechagodzilla yet. So of course, this is the cheap alternative if you don't want to afford if you can't afford the 11-inch, but you still want a sick-looking Mechagodzilla. This obviously lacks in some areas, but I think it still has its strength. It's still a pretty good toy. It's still a pretty good figure. So for the price you pay for this is pretty good. Now before we wrap it up, of course, it only makes sense that I take Mechagodzilla's ultimate rival, Godzilla himself, and see a size comparison. After all, they will most likely be duking it out in the film. So as you can see, Mecha G here is bigger than Godzilla, which makes sense. We're supposed to make Mecha G an actual challenge for Godzilla. It's not supposed to be easy. So as you can see, here's Godzilla, 6-inch Godzilla. Here is Mecha G. You know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna throw in Heat Ray Godzilla. There you go. As you can see, Mecha G here is bigger than Godzilla here. So that is pretty nice. Also, about the broken spike, dorsal fin thing, stuff like that tends to happen with these toys, so I'm honestly not affected by it. I'm just gonna fix it with some hot glue after I finish with this video. So there's that. And then finally, one more little comparison. Here's the skull crawler, here's Kong. Yeah, definitely bigger. So as you can see, Mecha G is definitely going to be a heck of a threat given with his size. So there's that. So my final thoughts, good figure, would recommend, but if you're a true collector, I suggest you skip out on this one and get the 11-inch, which we'll see in a couple weeks, maybe in a couple days, hopefully. But yeah, there's that. So overall, am I happy with this? I am happy. I would definitely like to see more for this, but hey, it's good. So yeah, that's it for this video. Again, by the time you're watching this video, the movie is most likely already released, so be sure to check that out on your streaming service, or if you're able to go to a theater near you, be sure to go watch that movie near a theater near you. So there's that. And this is again the Mechagodzilla 6-inch from Playmates from the Godzilla vs. Kong line. And yeah, in the future we'll see you with the giant 11-inch Mechagodzilla, and I've got some other Godzilla vs. Kong Playmates figures on the way. Yes, I still have some on the way, so yeah. So that's it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you have a fantastic day. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.